Ready for some travel surprises in 2024? Here's a shocker. U.S. Airlines made over $5.3 billion from baggage fees in 2022 alone. That's not even the wild part. Many airlines are quietly shrinking carry-on limits, and passengers are getting hit with hidden fees left and right. Did you know some airlines are charging up to $100 if your bag is even a pound over the limit? Worse yet, those basic economy deals? They might look cheap, but they often don't include a carry-on at all. But don't worry, we've got your back. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about carry-ons in 2024, from the sneaky policies to clever packing tricks. Stick around for insider tips that airlines won't tell you, but every smart traveler should know. Chapter 1. The 2024 Carry-On Shakeup. What's changing? Let's start with the big question. What exactly is changing with carry-ons in 2024? Well, quite a bit. Airlines are tightening restrictions on size and weight, with some now allowing as little as 7 kilograms, about 15 pounds, for carry-on bags. That's a major drop from the 10 kilograms, 22 pounds, limit that used to be standard across many airlines. Airlines like Ryanair and Wizz Air have already started adjusting their policies, and it's expected more carriers will follow. Why? Because checked baggage fees are a huge moneymaker. In fact, U.S. Airlines made over $5.3 billion from baggage fees in 2022. By shrinking your carry-on size or lowering the weight limit, they're encouraging more people to check bags and pay up. And it's not just the size and weight that's changing. Airlines are quietly modifying their personal item policies. What counts as a personal item has become a gray area, with some airlines getting stricter. Your go-to backpack might not be as personal as it used to be. These changes aren't always advertised, either. Travelers often don't find out until they're at the gate, resulting in unexpected fees and frustrations. Understanding these new rules will help you stay ahead of the game and avoid surprises. Chapter 2. Carry-on Confessions. Hidden airline policies you didn't know. Alright, now let's dive into the fine print. Most airlines have hidden policies that they don't openly share. For example, did you know some carriers measure your carry-on right at the gate? That's right, those gate agents with tape measures aren't bluffing. In 2023, budget airline EasyJet reported over 350,000 customers had to pay extra because their bags didn't fit in the sizer. One of the trickiest rules comes from Spirit Airlines. They allow one personal item, but the catch? It can't be bigger than 18 by 14 by 8 inches. If your bag is just an inch over, you could end up paying a hefty fee. They won't tell you that when you're booking, though. Then there are the weight policies. Airlines like AirAsia weigh your carry-on right at check-in, and if it's even a little over the limit, you'll have to pay. The same goes for Australia's Jetstar, where the fees can be as high as $100 if your bag is too heavy. But don't worry. Knowing these little tricks can save you time and money. You just need to be aware of them so you're not caught off guard. Chapter 3. The Smart Traveler's Guide. Bypass baggage fees. So, how do you avoid these fees? It's all about packing smarter. Let's talk strategies. One of the best ways to maximize your carry-on allowance is to make full use of your personal item. This is where wearable luggage comes in. Items like jackets with multiple pockets can help you carry essentials like chargers, headphones, and snacks without adding weight to your actual bag. Another smart move? Opt for compression packing cubes. Not only do they keep your clothes organized, but they also squeeze the air out, allowing you to fit more in your carry-on. It's like gaining extra space without adding any extra bulk. Pro tip. If you're flying on a budget airline that's strict with weight limits, wear your heaviest clothing items onto the plane. You can always take off your jacket or sweater once you're seated, but it won't count towards your carry-on weight. Also, some airlines are flexible if you're a frequent flyer. According to a 2023 survey, 43% of business travelers reported being able to bring a little extra baggage on board, just by being polite or having status with the airline. So if you're a regular traveler, consider joining a loyalty program. Chapter 4. Packing Ninja. Carry-on items that always fly under the radar. Let's get into some packing hacks now. Did you know there are items that always seem to fly under the radar? For instance, if you're bringing liquid toiletries, use contact lens cases. Each side holds just enough product to last a few days, and it's totally TSA friendly. Most people forget that contact lens cases can be used for more than just lenses. Here's another unique trick. If you're bringing a reusable water bottle, make sure it's empty when you go through security. But once you're past the checkpoint, you can fill it up at a fountain or ask for water at a restaurant. This way, you don't have to buy overpriced airport water. Some surprising items are actually allowed in carry-ons but are often mistaken as prohibited. Nail clippers, safety razors, without blades, and small scissors, with blades shorter than 4 inches, are perfectly fine according to TSA guidelines. But it's not just about what you can bring. Packing strategically also means knowing what not to bring. Avoid heavy shoes, bulky jackets, or multiple pairs of jeans, they take up space fast. Stick to lightweight, versatile clothing you can mix and match for different outfits. Lastly, always keep your electronics and chargers easily accessible. TSA may ask you to remove them from your bag during screening, and having them packed right on top will save you valuable time in line. Before we move on, hit subscribe and let's dive back into more great content. Chapter 5. Security Line Secrets. How to breeze through TSA in 2024. TSA lines can be frustrating, but you don't have to get stuck behind travelers fumbling with their shoes and belts. One of the best ways to breeze through security is by enrolling in TSA PreCheck. As of 2023, there were over 14 million PreCheck members, and they save an average of 5 minutes per screening. PreCheck allows you to skip removing shoes, belts, and even laptops from your bag. Another great option is Global Entry, which includes TSA PreCheck and can speed up your international travel experience. A recent survey showed that Global Entry users save an average of 30 minutes at customs checkpoints. The key is planning ahead. Both programs require an application, but they're well worth the time. If you're not enrolled in these programs, the next best strategy is to pack smartly for TSA. Keep all your electronics in an easily accessible area of your bag. Many travelers waste time digging through their carry-on, but a little planning can help you get through faster. Also, don't forget the 3-1-1 rule for liquids. This means all your liquids should be in containers of 3.4 ounces or less, placed in 1 quart-sized clear plastic bag. Anything larger, and you'll risk having to throw it away. A fun fact: over 960,000 pounds of items were abandoned at U.S. airport security in 2022 because people didn't follow this simple rule. Lastly, if you're traveling with kids, remember that children under 12 don't need to remove their shoes at TSA. This can save you a lot of time if you're flying with the family. Chapter 6. Airline-specific tricks. The unspoken carry-on loopholes. Not all airlines are created equal when it comes to carry-on policies. If you know the right tricks, you can often stretch your carry-on allowance, depending on the airline. For example, Southwest Airlines lets you check 2 bags for free, which means you can keep your carry-on space for essentials like electronics or fragile items. If you're flying with British Airways, you're in luck. They have one of the most generous carry-on policies. You can bring 1 carry-on plus a personal item, and they don't enforce a weight limit as strictly as other airlines. Just be mindful of the size, as they do measure bags at the gate. Budget airlines, on the other hand, often have stricter rules. Ryanair is notorious for charging high fees if your bag doesn't fit in their small sizer. But here's a tip: if you purchase priority boarding, you can bring a larger carry-on bag for free. It's often cheaper than paying for a checked bag and keeps your items close at hand. Flying with JetBlue? Take advantage of their Blue Plus fare. It includes 1 checked bag, which can save you from trying to cram everything into your carry-on. The real secret here is knowing the airline you're flying with and reading the fine print. Policies can vary widely, and the more familiar you are with the rules, the easier it is to avoid unnecessary fees. Chapter 7. Carry-on controversies. What airlines don't want you to know. It's no secret that airlines are making millions from baggage fees, but what they don't tell you is that these fees are often designed to catch you off guard. In 2022 alone, airlines globally earned an astonishing $28 billion in ancillary revenue, which includes baggage fees. That's almost 10% of the total revenue for many carriers. One of the biggest controversies is around basic economy fares. These fares might seem like a great deal up front, but they often come with carry-on restrictions. American Airlines, for instance, doesn't allow a standard carry-on with basic economy, only a personal item. If you show up with a carry-on, you could face a hefty charge at the gate. Airlines are also getting sneakier about how they enforce these rules. Some have started using more stringent weight checks at the gate, weighing not just your carry-on but also your personal item. The result? You may have to check your bag last minute, paying a fee that's often double what it would have been if you had checked it online. Interestingly, not all passengers are treated equally. In a study from Cornell University, it was found that frequent flyers and loyalty members are more likely to get away with larger or heavier bags. It pays to be loyal. So, how do you avoid falling victim to these tactics? It's simple. Always know the exact carry-on policy for your ticket class and airline. And when in doubt, weigh your bag at home before you head to the airport. Subscribe to get the latest and greatest content delivered straight to your feed.